you guys, it's Carly from All the Pretty Books, and it is so cold here today in Salt Lake City. I'm so bundled up. I hope y'all are too if it's cold where you are. Anyway, I was updating my Lithuanian page on my website, and I realized that I haven't really talked much about the Lithuanian books, and they're really pretty fun. I know I made a video about the 20th anniversary Lithuanian books, but that's been about it. So I thought we would discuss the 25 years of Lithuanian Harry Potter books. The Lithuanian translation of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was published 25 years ago. It was published in 2000 by Alma Litera. It was translated by Zita Mariani, and I apologize for probably mispronouncing that name, and yeah, possibly mispronouncing the publisher as well. I don't really read or speak Lithuanian, and I really haven't heard it much. And that same translator, Zita, would go on to translate all 7 books, which I think is really cool for continuity's sake. The first edition Lithuanian books feature the Grand Prix or May Grand Prix cover art, which is, what first appeared on the US books. And here is the Lithuanian book. It's actually, I think this is potentially a first print. I don't really care too much about prints, but it was published in 2000 with no later dates on the copyright page or really anywhere else throughout the book. And what's really fun about the Lithuanian books are the end papers. The Mary Grand Prix cover art continues onto the end papers. And I love the Lithuanian books. It took me a little bit, if I'm being very honest, because I don't know, it's just another Grand Prix cover art book, and there's so many, and if you collect translations like I do, or even signed books, you get a lot of the same covers kind of over and over. But I really like what the Lithuanian publisher has done with the books, and I love the size of the book. And I was re-editing my Lithuanian page last night, and I was like, these are great books, and they deserve more attention, so that's why we're here today. There's a quote on the back of the book. And what's cool is this is the Chamber of Secrets Lithuanian translation, but it still has the end papers from book 1. And all 7 books have the same end papers, just different colors, which I think is really neat. Azkaban. Book 4. And my book 4, you guys, I got it, I think I paid $5 for it. My Lithuanian translation of book 4 has seen so many better days. It's not a well-read library book, but it may as well be. The spines, it's been read a few times, which I kind of like actually, but the spine is very, very loose, and it's just not in the best condition, but at the same time, I love how well loved it is, so I'll probably wind up keeping it. I don't know. I've thought about replacing it. We'll see. I will probably wind up keeping it, though, because there's something about a well-loved book that I do enjoy. Book 5. I love the blue. I think the saturation of the blue used on the Order of the Phoenix translation is so pretty, and it stands out on a shelf. I can always look at my bookshelf and tell where the Lithuanian books are, not only because of the height. These books are really tall and big, but also the color, the blue spine. I love the blue and how deep it is. And it's prettier in person than on camera. And that's a really lovely blue too. Book 6. And I love the green. Green is my favorite color, so I'm an easy sell with green. But this is a very yellow-hued, undertoned green, and I really like it, how it works with the green here. I like the yellow, like, smoke that's coming up from the pensieve, and I really like the yellow undertones. I think it works so well with this cover art. There's the back. And this is another one that's not in the best of shape, but again, I'll probably keep as is. I love that. And last but not least, this is the Lithuanian translation of book 7. And it looks like book 7. Not much that super stands out here for me, like the Order of the Phoenix or Half-Blood Prince translations do, but you know, it's pretty. So anyway, that's the first edition Lithuanian, and then for their 20th anniversary, they brought in, and I've already done a video on it, but I'm going to show them again because they're some of my favorite books in my whole collection. They had an illustrator living in Vilnius, I think. Yeah, Vilnius is the capital of Lithuania. This illustrator was living there, and they brought her in, and they brought her in and commissioned her to make new art for all 7 books. And as of right now, this art only appears on these 7 books, and it is some of my favorite art throughout all of the Harry Potter art that's been created thus far. It's phenomenal. The artist they commissioned to do the 20th anniversary cover art, and it's another name that I'm going to probably mispronounce, but I have her name on my website as well on the Lithuanian page. But her name is, I think, Ekaterina Budright, something along those lines. Anyway, her art is fantastic, and I have her stuff linked over on my website, allthepretybooks.net, on the Lithuanian page. So this is the first book. For starters, I love the texture of the books. All 7 books have this nice kind of buttery texture to them. The Harry Potter font is really fun. It's got foiling for the Harry Potter font as well as on the spines. But the art, I love the juxtaposition of colors here and the color palette used. I love how the light almost seems to come, like there's a glowingness, if that makes sense, from somewhere internally. And I really appreciate kind of the emotions that I think you're supposed to feel. There's all the, the letters are falling down, the light is on in the room, but there's almost a stillness or a quiet is what it reminds me of. Despite the stuff going on here, the scene in there feels very kind of still sad. He's not gone to Hogwarts yet, and I don't know, just it feels still. And I like how the artist kind of captured this moment in time as well as all of this that's going to be happening out here. I think it's really incredible. There's the back side. You can see all 7 books there on the back. And I don't think they did anything. Oh yeah, in papers. Yeah, and it's the same publisher for both the first edition and the 20th anniversary edition. And book 2, I love the feathers. And I think so many different elements were brought in. I love the color palette. Also, green is one of my favorite colors, so that's an easy sell for me. But I love, again, the colors used. I think this artist is pretty brilliant. The back. And book 3. I love how the artist used light in here that looks like it's glowing. Again, artist is so brilliant. I looked at the artist's other pieces when I was updating my website last night, and her work is just really good. I really like her stuff in general, not even just the Harry Potter stuff. Yeah. And the time turner, again, she brings in lots of different elements from the story that I really like. And I think the colors go so well with the foiling. There's the backside and the spine. Just absolutely brilliant art. Book 4. And of course, we've got the goblet. Harry's lightning scar, but he's peeking through the bushes that are creating the lightning scar. Again, I really like it. I know it's green, but it's not my favorite of the 7 as far as like artist pieces go. I think this is so clever. I think this cover art for book 5 is so clever. We have Grimmauld Place. The Phoenix is in Grimmauld Place. And And I just think it's so clever. I don't know. But while I think this is so well done, and you don't usually see Grimold Place, at least not like this, on the cover art, it's not my, again, it's not my favorite, but I also think this is quite a showpiece because it is so different and so unusual. Book 6. And it feels like there's almost a like similar color palette used to book 3. Also, I like how there's not green. You see a lot of green used in book 6. Grand Pré used green. A lot of other artists used a lot of green in their book 6. But here, very different tones used. And I appreciate that. And just, there's just so many different parts going on. I think, yeah, wow. There's the back. And I'm torn between book 6 and book 7 for my favorite covers, because book 7 is so neat. They're all phenomenal, but there's just something about books 6 and 7, I don't know, I think they're just so pretty. And here I love how the trees kind of form the outline of Harry, and we have his glasses and scar, and we have, you know, the trees are leading to Hogwarts. We could have the doe. We have so many things going on in this picture, but at the same time, there's really not any spoilers, which I really appreciate. You can see this. If I were to see this in the store, I would definitely want to read it. And the back. I was on the publisher's page last night. I did not see a box set for those, and I would love to have a box set of those. To have more art by the illustrator, I would definitely enjoy having. But so far, no box set. They come individually, and they're actually not too terribly expensive. Most of them range between €16 and I think €30 each book. And then, of course, you have to pay for shipping for wherever you are in the world. And when I was on the publisher page, they also had the Jim K illustrated edition that you could buy from them. So the Lithuanian books are available in the Jim K cover art as well. And for those who don't know what that looks like, I'll show you real quick, because Jim K's art is definitely some of my favorite as well. This is the first book. And I don't have the Lithuanian illustrated editions. I have the US Scholastic. This is book 2. And I have UK, because I do. Book 3. Book 4. And book 5. And all 5 of those, because Jim K unfortunately is only doing the first 5, all 5 of those are available on the publisher's website as well, Alma Litera, and I have them linked on my website too. And excitingly, they also have the Tales of Beetle the Bard. This is not the Lithuanian translation, this is just the English, but they use this cover art, which is by Johnny Duddle. And they also have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, as well as Quidditch Through the Ages, all in Johnny Duddle cover art. I would show you my copies of those with the Johnny Duddle cover art, but I have apparently sold them. So I will use pictures from the publisher's website. But I love Johnny Duddle's cover art as well. He's done several different editions for Bloomsbury, including the Hogwarts house, or Hogwarts school books. So he's really cool too. I like his books. I'm sad that I sold my copies by accident of the school books. But anyway, this is his Tales of Beetle the Bard. And this is the cover art that the Lithuanian publishers went with for theirs, which is neat. I love seeing the Tales of Beetle the Bard showing up at more publishers. I don't buy them. I don't collect them. Although if I'm buying from the publisher again, I will probably throw one in. But actually, I have Armenian translations of the other two books, so I will show you. This is the Johnny Duddle cover art of Quidditch Through the Ages. And this is the Johnny Duddle cover art for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So these are also available in Lithuanian too. So pretty fun. And as far as like a 25th anniversary edition from the publisher, I haven't heard of one. I didn't see anything mentioned on their website. But really quickly, back to the books. Remember, the Lithuanian translations of Harry Potter aren't rare, and you can buy them from the publisher still now. And I have that publisher linked on my Lithuanian page on alltheprettybooks.net. So don't overpay is the point. They're beautiful books. They're really fun to have. I was actually, I think I said at the beginning of the video, I was going to sell my Mary Grand Pré books, but I've since decided to keep them since kind of making the video and researching and updating my Lithuanian page. So, you know, they're really nice to have around. I really do like them. And if you want more Harry Potter content, check out the podcast I co-host with Melanie and Eric and sometimes Peter, Dialogue Alley. We have so much fun. And if you want to know what I think about Scholastic continuing on with the interactive books and publishing Book 4 using another illustrator besides Mina Lima, who were the illustrator of the first 3 interactive books, you can check out our latest episode, which will be released on Tuesday for everyone. So we talk about that just earlier tonight. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching, stay magical, and as always, happy collecting. Good night.